chins.
I hate it.
All the chins that ever exist.
Woo!
Ooh.
You okay there, buddy?
Yeah.
Okay. Woo!
Can you clap? Alright.
I just wanted to clap. I'm sorry.
Oh, you want me to clap? Make that ass clap.
Make that labia clap.
Oh, okay. I feel like you didn't get that on camera, did you?
Did you?
Was that camera?
Fuck.
Okay, I'm using it.
No!
Nope. So, think of the best gay threesome. Like, which celebrities would make the hottest threesome?
All right, we doing all girls, or we doing like?
Let's do all guys and then all girls.
I mean, we can do gay guys, but they won't be into us like that, you know? Or,
No, I don't.
Are we in the threesome?
I'm into watching. What?
Are we?
No. It is like just pure like, or I mean, if you want to be in there, do you want to get in there?
I always want to be in there.
All right. So,
Man, Brendan Urie and Halsey.
in that,
I want to be in
that.
on
That's a pretty
that.
good one.
It's a pretty good one. Or even Halsey and Youngblood.
That's
her
cute.
boyfriend, because
That's cute.
he is androgynous or something, because he's like worn a dress on stage.
Yeah, no,
he has
he's-
got to be open sexually.
Yeah, him, Harry Styles, the lead singer from Borns. Yes, absolutely. I asked this question without really thinking of it for myself. So
Happy Pride!
It's Pride Month,
It's Pride.
and it's super exciting.
Gays are in full effect.
I'm just so happy it's in our birth month.
Yeah.
I always really appreciate that. But yeah, we didn't really try with the get up here.
No, we didn't. We don't need to. We're not here to prove
You
anything.
get the
Do you want me to
point.
like
Shit
go and
rainbows and fucking
grab my flag, wear it like a cape? No, I'm not.
get my rainbow dildo and just shove it down my throat.
You have
like,
a what? Huh?
I don't have that. But if I did, is that what you would want me to do with it? Because
Apparently.
I'm not your goddamn show.
We are gay enough.
As is.
We are gay enough. Look, and I feel like we look pretty gay half the time. I
mean,
literally.
hello.
I'm just like,
A badge of gay.
look how queer I am.
But we're just super excited to have this happen. Like, to say that like June is Pride Month and like have it be a thing is like, honestly, it's just awesome.
It's a great time.
Yes.
No, and 50 years since Stonewall. This year, and that's wild. And you know, we obviously remember Marsha Johnson for everything that she did.
Go watch that documentary if you haven't. It's on Netflix.
Go watch her story. Let's all remember that Stonewall was a riot. The first Pride was a riot. Pride is like an exhibition of just pure unapologetic nature and the truth that we will not be silenced. We should take a look at like the complicated relationship between
corporations
and Pride. Because
so
it's a cash grab, you know. All these companies coming forward and being like, yeah, we love the gays, you know, Calvin Klein.
like, do we really
Adidas.
know if these companies are for it? We don't. But at the very least, we could ask them to have equal opportunities to represent all kinds of life and people that exist. And so even if it is just for show, it's just nice to have an example out there. Just like in the last episode with the Calvin Klein thing. Like, it's not the most perfect representation, but it's better than nothing.
It's definitely a struggle, like trying to be like a financially woke person, I guess, and like being self-aware. But like all of this, it's a cash grab. I mean, corporations aren't people. Do you really think that like Calvin Klein gives a shit if you're gay? Probably not.
They just want you to buy their shit.
They just want you to buy their shit.
Really, the world just revolves around money.
It's a trap. In almost all instances, it's a trap. There are certain companies that like do take the opportunity to pay a little bit forward, like donate some proceeds from certain collections to LGBT charities. Like the Trevor Project, that's a really big popular one that a lot of people. But you never
know if they've worked with someone in the past or will in the future with a company that doesn't stand for those things. Right. It's just really difficult to maneuver in the kind of economy we have.
Absolutely. But that being said, being able to like walk through a mall and just seeing rainbows everywhere.
I
love that. I know it's a trap. I know it's a trap, but I just love seeing rainbows everywhere.
Right.
It just makes me really happy.
Exactly, because a few years ago, that was not a thing. Like, it is a very recent thing to see so many, like, models and music artists and people who act. Fucking actors are just out here, like, actually being okay with themselves and more and more people are slowly coming out and being like, this is me.
And there's something to be said about, like, the difference that would have made for us as kids and the difference
beyond,
that's making for kids now. Like, even if you're growing up in a household that isn't okay with that, like, that has, like, a lot of negative things to say about that lifestyle, but walking around, seeing rainbows everywhere, seeing your favorite artists,
you start
be
getting
open
that
about
different
their sexuality.
perspective of like, hey, maybe this is okay. Maybe whatever I'm feeling isn't so weird or different at all. It's actually very common and perfectly normal.
Kids who are questioning are growing up in a time where it's finally, like, it's so much less stigmatized.
Wearing nail polish on your fingers, it's fine. Like not even looked at anymore.
Young boys are better at makeup than I will ever be.
Right. No lip smacker's phase for them.
No, and that's bullshit.
And it's not fair.
And I got
we
feelings
got beef.
about it.
We got beef with that.
You know,
but
like,
it's a good thing.
Lip smackers, juicy tubes, fucking Maybelline
Y'all
eyeshadow. Y'all never knew.
You will never know. Dollar Tree eyeshadow.
You will never know.
An eyeliner. What is an eyebrow pencil? It's dry and it just cracks off.
What is an eyebrow?
God.
No, you'll never know the struggle, but, like, I just love that society is becoming more open and more accepting to things like that and to perspectives like that, and that way questioning kids can grow up with
feeling that if that's where they want to go with their lives, that it's perfectly fine and it's okay.
And that they have options and they have, like, the opportunity to explore all
whatever
those
parts of themselves.
It's an incredible shift that, like, we've literally grown
been able
up
to watch happen.
Like, because when we were kids, it wasn't as, like,
taboo necessarily.
Yeah, but it was still controversial. It was still stigmatized and, like,
it made fun of.
Yeah, I didn't really know what I was so sheltered. I didn't know what being gay was until I was being made fun of for being it. And then so my automatic reaction was to jump right to him, like, no, I'm not.
Right. Like, same.
I like dudes or something. I was interested in women way before I was interested in guys.
Right.
Just, like, let's just get that on the record right there. But, like, I also felt weird about that. And I was like, this isn't right. I'm not supposed to be feeling this way for whatever reason. And then I started getting made fun of. I was like, what's gay? Oh, it's bad? Oh, well, no, I'm not. I'm not like that.
Right. No, I reacted in a very similar way. Right. Like, in middle school, that's when it started happening for me. Like, is that when it happened for you?
Yeah, that's
like,
the first
around
time
middle school, children start, like, getting really fucking mean, I
Yeah.
guess. And,
middle schoolers are the worst.
Literally just for what I was wearing was thought of, like, lesbian or gay or whatever. And people would just yell it out in the hallways or whatever.
And then it's just, like, the matter of, like, you don't fucking know me.
Yeah.
Like, even if
so, like, I would come at him like that. I would get defensive still, just like you. I would just be like, no, the fuck I'm not. But if I was, like, it doesn't fucking matter. So I didn't feel comfortable enough to admit that yet.
Yeah.
But I still didn't believe in what they were saying was right. And so I would, in my own way, try to make up for it. But
and that's
just
another
sucks.
thing. In middle school, I was in Catholic school.
Yeah.
So there was an extra layer of, like, that, like, this is wrong. This is, like, against God. Like, I would hear stories about kids who were gay that, like, got kicked out of school. I don't know if any of them were true.
Right.
But then, like, I had a really Christian friend in high school who told me that she, like, would stop being friends with people once she found out that they were interested in women because, like, it just made her super uncomfortable. And I remember the first time she took me to her church, I met one of her friends there who was very gay. It was just a very, very gay dude. Like, super obvious about it. I was just like, okay, all right, interesting. And I pulled her aside and I asked, I was like, is he gay? And she goes, yeah, but he's working on it.
I remember you told me that.
Yeah.
I just laughed.
And, like, I think that might be the most homophobic shit I've ever heard.
Yeah. No.
And which, I mean, perspective-wise, that's not that bad.
Yeah.
And I'm very lucky to have not dealt with, like, a lot
or
worse
violence.
than that.
Yeah.
Right. Absolutely. We are very, very privileged in that we have not had to, like, really face violent oppression for our sexuality like that.
I think that's part of the reason of, like, maintaining, like, that defensiveness as well as for survival, because
absolutely,
who knows, like, what could have happened in middle school. Although the middle school that I went to was probably, out of a lot of them, more open-minded and had a lot more children.
You went to an art school.
Exactly. So a lot more children were like that.
Yeah.
But there were definitely some people that probably weren't fucking cool with it, and
right.
who knows, you know? So
I remember I asked that dude about it later on in their life. I met up with him randomly in college, and I was just like, yeah, so that happened, and he was like, no, I was not working on it. I was very much out and okay with who I was at that point. I was just like trying to like build my relationship with God at that point, because you can be gay and religious. It's a thing.
It doesn't have to be one or the other.
They're exclusive. There are plenty of gay Christians out there. More power fucking to you. You know, if you're navigating through a lot of fucking people who don't want you in that community and you're still fucking there, mad respect.
Yeah, like, that takes a whole lot of like strength and confidence and security.
And we're proud of you.
Yeah,
we're really fucking proud of you.
Go off, sis.
But it's just like, and then like coming into adulthood and realizing my sexuality, but then also feeling like, well, I'm not gay enough, but I'm also not straight enough.
Because you identify as bisexual.
Yeah, like the stigma behind being bi in both communities is just a lot to navigate. And like I had to deal with my sister basically telling me that I only felt that way because it was college. And then like I've had members of the LGBT community tell me that I'm transphobic because I identify as bisexual as opposed to pansexual.
Right.
I'm just like, it's nothing to do with genitalia or anything like that.
You should be able to call yourself whatever you want to call yourself. Like, personally, because some of it's because I don't want to have to deal with having to explain all of those things and all of those parts of myself. A blanket word like queer works for me because of that, and it's just a word that I'm comfortable with, and it's a word that I better identify with, just like you better identify with bisexualty, and there's nothing wrong with that.
I'll say queer a lot too. I mean, I switch it up all the time. Like I think like technically speaking, like my overarching identity is bisexual, but I'll just straight up call myself gay and queer all the fucking time.
The point is that you can. It doesn't matter, and like whatever you feel comfortable calling yourself, you should be allowed to call yourself.
As long as you're not like a transphobic piece of shit or racist or misogynistic or what have you.
Because those things can exist. You can be bisexual and transphobic, but they're not the same necessarily.
This is a no turf zone, and while we're talking about it, like if you're anti-sex worker as well, just getting it out there. If you're any of that shit, this isn't for you. This is not your platform. We don't speak for you.
Skirt. That shit is important, clearly. Being able to have rainbows everywhere, even if it's fake rainbows, whatever. They're real to somebody. And
if I want to buy an overpriced rainbow fanny pack, that's my prerogative.
It's your fucking business. Whose cash? Not yours.
It's mine.
So
it's mine, and
I bought it.
I want to wear that shit with pride, because that's what the fuck this month is about. And that's what pride means to me, is being unapologetic, just exceeding the essence of yourself in every way that you can. That's what pride is to me.
To me, it's like just having that freedom of expression, regardless of what it is, regardless of what you really want to call yourself, like to know that you have choices in life, and that as long as they're not hurting anybody, there's nothing wrong with them. And just being able to truly be the essence of whoever you are inside.
Sexuality is fluid. Gender is a spectrum, but it's also a construct. Like, we don't give a fuck. We don't give a fuck.
Why
what
should
you
anyone
do,
give a fuck?
How you identify, as long as you're not hurting people.
Right. Just be nice to people, dog.
Just don't be a
dick.
Why are you
out here
that
being
is
mean?
The ultimate
Why are you
moral.
out here doing all that when you could be chilling?
It costs $0 to not be an asshole.
Just
think
saying.
about it. And for just 9 payments of $49.99, you can catch these hands.
$50? They have to pay you $50 to get their ass beat?
They have to pay me $50 to get your ass beat.
Someone out there is into it.
Yeah, no.
Somewhere.
Hit me up.
And I'll hit you up. But yeah, let's talk about some maybe happier things though. Some better things.
Well, that's the thing. Is like with the stigmatization of I don't know if that was right.
Let's chill out for a second.
Chill on it. Dance break. When it comes to like film and TV media, a lot of things are still very sad. Like there's not a lot of positive representation. Obviously with exceptions. I mean, like Mr. Ratburn from Arthur wasn't exactly a tragic story, But a lot of people had a problem with that, and that says a lot too. Like that was a super controversial thing that happened. But I think it's important for kids to have that stuff. But then I think one of the biggest mainstream like representations of being gay was Glee. That's one of the biggest ones I can think of. It's
pretty big. And yes, we've talked about it before where it was like a little obvious, but it was still important for a lot of people to see, and it did a lot for sure. Having literally every walk of life you could possibly have represented in one show.
But then we get into the larger conversation of like having straight actors and actresses portray queer characters.
Or trans characters. And win awards for them.
Yeah. And then and that just unlocks an even larger conversation of like we have so many queer like performers and artists
already, whether they're out or not, you know, like that you could give these roles to.
Right.
And that's still not quite happening.
Because I think there was like one character on Glee that was actually gay, and then like towards the end of the show they introduced a trans character, which was a big deal, and I think they were actually like non-binary or something along those lines. I honestly can't remember.
Right,
but just like for the most part, it was honestly a lot of straight people.
And then people want to make the argument of like, well, the money, like where does the money go? You want to see a bigger name on the screen for your show or whatever, or this film, so you maybe have to go with a straight artist or whatever. And I don't know, I find that a bit of a cop-out, but once again, money rules everything. And so,
but I mean, like,
pay more attention to queer artists.
How are these performers supposed to like become bigger if you don't give them a job? You know, like I feel like more and more films lately I'm seeing like introducing so and so, like so introduce some queer actors and actresses and what have you,
and people will start to like them.
Right.
You know. It's not because they are. You can't
always use box office appeal as a reason behind your bad casting. You just can't. But I feel like a lot of films are sad.
A lot of, there's like, I was like going through lists, just seeing like what I have seen, because I didn't know if I've seen a lot of them or not.
I think the only big like gay movie I've seen is Moonlight. Yeah. Which was incredible.
Which was fantastic.
It was an incredible movie, but it was very sad.
Very, very sad. Yeah, I think a lot of people found it, I mean, they always do. It's so beautiful, so tragically beautiful. And yeah, I was one of the very few people upset when I saw it for my class, because I wanted them to win at the end, because I
That's
agree.
The thing, and I think the reason why I haven't seen a lot of like big gay and lesbian films is because like I don't want to be more sad. About it.
It's like we know.
I get it. It's a tragic lifestyle, but like give me like something a lesbian rom-com.
Something that ends up happy, even though but I'm a cheerleader. I
haven't seen that.
It's been a while since I've seen that, but it's funny, and it plays on the fact of like she's a cheerleader and she's a girly girl and she's not meant to, you know. But
I love that.
She is. Sorry about it.
I don't know about a lot of like alternative things I could watch that are happier and that like portray the lifestyle in a more positive and like almost happy-go-lucky kind of way. I really only know about like the tragic stories, and I'm tired of the tragic stories.
Boys Don't Cry. Don't watch it.
Fuck.
It is sad.
That sounds sad.
You will bawl your fucking eyes out.
I already do all the time.
And one that I liked was Tangerine. It's one that was shot just like on the iPhone. Do you know about this, Jay? Here's my introduction of you in the episode. He shot the whole thing on an iPhone, and it looks good. It was a low-budget film, and it was just an interesting story of a prostitute looking for her man after she got out of jail.
Hell yeah.
And you just follow her through all these different storylines and people and characters, and it was just a nice film. It wasn't necessarily about the fact that she's this trans prostitute or whatever, you know. It was just the lulls. It was just funny.
Yeah.
And it's just an interesting story to watch. So more stuff like that where it's just these people being people living their lives, and it doesn't revolve around the fact that they are who they are necessarily.
The fact that like
that they're
living this way is such a hard lifestyle.
Yeah, and people hate them for it.
Yeah, and like all of the struggles that come with being queer, and like we all already know so much of that. We get it already. Just show us something happy, like give us some escapism from it. You know, that's mostly what I'm looking for in that. But there are a lot more like music artists that are being open about their sexuality and like and even talking about it through their work. Like Halsey is a big one.
Being way more like open and saying like using female pronouns and stuff like that. Even that's huge. You know,
it's absolutely
for me
insane.
I don't listen to her music a lot, but when Young M.A. came out and she got big, I mean, being a female rapper of color that is gay, like, you just chose the hardest thing to fucking do. One of the hardest things to do is to be out here being gay and shit in the rap community, like, for funs and shit. Like, Lil' Kim's out here joking about licking on pussies and stuff. Sorry if that's too much for you guys. But, you know...
This is the content we bring to the table. If you don't know it by now, sorry about it.
But, like, just seeing that alone, like, even if I don't like her music, like, fuck yeah. Like, seeing that was like, important to me,
absolutely. I think Halsey was, like, a really big one for me, like, being super honest about, like, not giving a fuck about what people say. Like, I think what made me fall in love with her was, like, she had this song, Ghost, which was about, like, sort of an estranged lover or whatever, and she released 2 different music videos for it, one with a guy, one with a girl. And, like, the one with the guy, the reviews were basically like, oh, it's such a sweet love story of how, like, she wants this person back, something, and then with the video with the woman, it was like, this is pornographic. And that's...
Was it, though?
No, it wasn't. I mean, it was less sexual than the video with the dude.
Yeah. But people love that shit.
But people love to sexualize and just make lesbianism inherently, like, risque and just
when it can be a love story just like anything else, you know?
She was straight up like, and that's low-key why I made the fucking video. And ever since then, I was just like, okay, I stand. Legend. Like, absolutely a bisexual icon, for me at least.
Baby icon. She's a baby icon in the making, but let's talk about established icons. Like, who?
Go off.
I mean, damn. I'm not trying to bring Halsey down or anything.
No. But, like, no, I love talking about, like, the long-standing icons of the gay community. Big example, Cher.
Oh yes.
Always.
She loves her gay babies.
She loves her gay babies.
I mean, being that her son was trans, you know, Chaz Bono.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so, like, first-hand experience and just being just the perfect mom I feel like that you could be, or the best mom you could be, having a child going through that kind of struggle in a world that would not accept him.
That's how you do it.
That's how you... So I fucking live for Cher.
Just being 100% transparent in your support for your child. Because, I mean, the thing is, when you're pregnant, when people are pregnant, and they're asked, like, oh, what's the gender of the baby? So many people are like, oh, well, we don't know yet, or like, oh, it doesn't matter as long as it's healthy. It shouldn't change once it's out of you. It shouldn't matter what their gender is as long as they're healthy. And that's the mindset that parents should be having.
But, like, Madonna, also huge gay icon, known icon.
And a real advocate for the gays, I will say. Like, has done a lot to support the LGBT community.
Because for me, it was like she almost borderlined on, like, appropriating gay culture, but, like, now knowing that she actually has given back. And
she's given a lot.
Like, she has used it, but she has also given back, and a lot of fucking people don't even consider that.
Right.
That's honestly the shit.
That's everything.
Don't appreciate some other things about Madonna. She's not a perfect person.
We got some opinions about Madonna, but gay icon, and we respect that.
Janelle Monáe.
Is Janelle Monáe icon status, do you think?
I think by now, because she's been around for a little bit, and I guess give Halsey some time, okay?
Okay.
Just give Halsey some time. I know you're coming for me because of Halsey.
I'm not coming
It's fine. It's fine. She will get there, I promise. But Janelle Monáe, for years, like, it's been, with her most recent album, it's been way out the fucking gate. She's like, fucking here. I am fucking gay. Do you get it?
Gay as shit. But Make Me Feel is straight up a bisexual icon.
Inspired by Prince.
Yes.
Another fucking gay icon.
Oh, yes.
God, that's all I think about when I hear that song. I just think of
No, I mean,
Prince.
it's heavily inspired by Prince.
Oh, yeah, she's definitely...
It's got, like, the whole, like, pink and blue, purple aesthetic.
Oh,
it's literally designed after the bi flag. You can't tell me otherwise.
Literally.
Perfect.
Everything
perfect
about
song.
that out. Right. So, Oh my god, I forgot. I didn't even write this on the list, but King Princess, baby icon.
Baby icon?
Baby icon,
I
for
love
sure.
King Princess. I fuck with that.
We fucks with her. That's all I can say. She's still newish. We don't know much about her.
She's still working her way up.
But her
like,
shit
listen
is
to her
just,
shit, man.
Yes.
She's
dating
really
Amandla. I think
it's Stenberg, something like that.
Something like that.
I think they are still dating, yeah.
Unlike Janelle and
Tess, but like Janelle Monáe is dating Lupita Nyong'o,
so it's
or
like,
however you say her name.
Did we lose?
No, we
didn't.
didn't. It's just one win right after the other. And if Tessa Thompson and Brie Larson start dating,
another win.
That's another win.
It's sad that their romance ended, but honestly, I'm not that upset.
No, because Lupita's confirmed queer because of it. I'm just like, okay, I fucked with that.
Another person just
hardcore.
coming out and and I love how it's not a whole really
it's not
thing.
It doesn't have to be a thing.
It's just
it's
like,
so
by
great.
the way, like, fuck it.
I have such mad respect for people who are like, I'm not defined by my labels or anything. I don't want to make a big thing about it. I'm just gonna date who I want to date and fuck who I want to fuck, and everyone's just gonna have to deal with that. And I love that. I love that so much.
But you know who else is an icon? Britney Spears. Which, I mean,
another icon that I don't know if she's like actually gay at all, but like she fucks with the gays.
Right.
And the gays fuck with her.
So
it's a really loving relationship between Britney Spears and the gays.
Anybody else? I mean, Brendan Urie.
Lady Gaga.
Fuck, dude. People literally call her mother.
Mother.
Yes.
Mother monster. Absolutely. Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga was probably one of the first mainstream artists to be like super outward about
all levels of sexuality and how varied and different it
because
can
I mean the gay community always like latched on to artists like Cher, Madonna, Britney Spears, but like Lady Gaga was the first one to be like, I love my gays. I think well, like one of the first. Like she was very outward, like with her song Born This Way and everything. She was just like, this is my community. I want to be a home for the uninvited, basically. And like that was huge. And I
remember watching so her music videos on Logo, the gay channel. God, and then when I heard her on the radio, I was like low-key shocked. I was like,
right?
Okay, I mean, y'all love this? Okay.
The world was not ready for Lady Gaga, and then we did her an injustice. We did not appreciate Art
Pop, and we are sorry for that. I sincerely apologize for that.
No, Art Pop
wasn't fair to you.
Was an incredible album, and we did not treat it well.
We didn't.
But like you said, Brendan Urie, that's a good male icon who we all knew.
And yes, he's married to a woman, right?
And which that's
doesn't
the thing.
matter.
They didn't pick a side; they picked a partner. That does not erase their sexuality. It doesn't matter.
We were gonna make this happy. We can't do that, can we? We're like, opinion.
We just gonna have a lot of feelings. But Brendan Urie, like we been knew,
right?
We knew, but it was a wonderful moment. Like, and I loved seeing him say out into the open, like, I am pansexual. By the way,
I identify
that was an incredible moment. But we been knew,
right? Who else? They're just yelling at us through the comments. They're just yelling at the video right now, like, bitch, this person and this person and this person. I feel like we named a lot.
We did.
The point is that there's so many. There's so many.
Mariah
of
Carey?
Us. I feel like the gays do fuck with Mariah Carey.
Yeah, I think the gays fuck with Mariah Carey.
They do.
Yeah. And she's icon status.
Yeah. No, she is, for
Beyonce,
sure.
the gays definitely flock to Beyonce.
That's true. Who doesn't,
especially the gays of color.
Who doesn't? Oh, for sure. But, like, also, who doesn't?
Okay.
Like, there's not many out there that don't fuck with Beyonce. She is the, every woman.
Yeah, no. She's
every woman. It's all in me. Anything that you want now, baby, do it naturally.
So,
oh my God, that was I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry, which is also kind of a
gay icon,
kind of a gay film, but like neither.
I forgot about that fucking movie.
Yeah, no one was. I actually really liked that movie, but
no one was in it. Adam Sandler was in it.
No one gay, like gay.
Oh yeah.
As far as we know, actually gay in the movie.
Justin Timberlake's wife was in that, and I think that's the only movie she's ever did.
I think that we're gonna end it here, though. The sun's going down.
The sun is going down. We're losing light,
and we talked a lot. I feel like we've got a lot to work with. God, I put these on for a reason. I look dead. My allergies are really fucking me up, too.
Summertime in Kentucky.
It's
what
great.
it fucking does to you.
But, all right. Comment, subscribe, Name your favorite gay threesome, your favorite lesbian celebrity threesome that you want to see down below. Deuces.
Love y'all. Happy Pride. Let me get all up in between that. Please. But we didn't.
Oh, yo, you're fine. You can go ahead.
My bad.
Right, we didn't really.
A lot of
Hey,
editing.
photobomb y'all.
Yeah, that's fine. Huh?
I hate to photobomb y'all.
Oh, you're fine.
You're doing all right.
She do have a nice booty.
She do.
He talks about it a lot. His,
He does.
He likes that fat ass.
He does.